Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and all of Central Alabama. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News.
Good morning and welcome to the CBS 42 Morning News. I'm Jamie Ostroff in for Alex Finney, and happy New Year's Eve. Let's get a first look at that forecast, last forecast of the new year, or the old year, with Michael Smith.
Going to bring in the new year real soon. So let's dive into the forecast on this Saturday morning, starting out with the clouds. Still on the cool side, live look at the Magic City. All right, temperatures this morning are in the 40s, and we got a few upper 30s like Talladega. Good morning to you. 37, 38 Jasper. Clouds coming in right now, and we've got some very light rain to show you. We're going to track it for you right now with our storm track radar. Very light rain up the Interstate 22 corridor from, let's say, Jasper over to Hamilton. This is moving in from the west and pretty much due east at around 30 miles an hour. So we may see a few breaks in the clouds early this morning with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s on average. And then as we head through the afternoon, the clouds really thicken up, and we're going to top out at best in the upper 40s to perhaps near 50. I'll have much more on the forecast, including a look ahead into 2017 coming up in just a few minutes. Jamie.
Thank you, Michael. Now, Birmingham is getting ready to ring in 2017 in a big way, and despite all of that rain Michael just talked about and that chance of cold, the events are prepared to go ahead as scheduled. New Year's Eve is a night when everyone really does have to be extra careful, especially on the roads out there. That's where services like Uber and Yellow Cab come in. But Uber, of course, is notorious for those surge prices as demand goes up. Tonight, definitely no exception to that. Well, another option you have is Yellow Cab, and they actually have a new app. You can download the YC On Demand app, and just like Uber, you can summon a cab right to where you are. You can always remember as well, AAA is providing its Tow for Life program again this year. Now, besides no drinking and driving and those usual safety tips, police have another warning for you this New Year's Eve. No celebratory gunfire. Not only is it illegal to fire a gun in the city limits of Birmingham, it's also very dangerous because, well, what goes up must come down. Those bullets will hit the ground somewhere, and Birmingham does have sensors that can detect this gunfire.
The sensors are sensitive to where we can pinpoint exactly where the gunfire came from, and it can distinguish between firecrackers or fireworks and gunfire.
Now you're looking at video there from the company ShotSpotter that actually gives you an idea of what goes on behind the scenes and how that technology works. The sensors I just mentioned are able to pinpoint an exact location, so if you are caught, you could face jail time. Right now you're taking a live look at Times Square in New York City. You can see all quiet in the city that never sleeps, but of course soon thousands of people are going to be packing into Times Square to see that famous crystal ball drop. And as New York City gets ready to ring in the new year, they will be under the tightest security ever. CBS News reporter Marley Hall is in New York with a look at how America's largest city is getting ready for the country's biggest celebration.
Happy New Year!
2017 is now just hours away, and people in New York City's Times Square are getting excited.
New York, baby, that's it. It's the best and number one. If we have the best security.
David Bobby came down from Connecticut to get into the spirit for the New Year's Eve ball drop. The self-proclaimed Goodwill ambassador posed for selfies with tourists under the watchful eyes of the NYPD.
I am very, very excited about the security.
Scott Tiener and his family are visiting New York for the first time. He said he feels very safe.
There's a huge presence everywhere, and they've all been very helpful.
New York City police officials say more than 7,000 uniformed and plainclothes officers will protect a New Year's Eve crowd of more than 2 million revelers here in Times Square.
People will be safe this New Year's Eve because we're there along with our law enforcement partners.
The NYPD is also placing 65 garbage trucks loaded with tons of sand in strategic locations around Times Square. They're also doubling the number of blocker vehicles after truck attacks in Germany and France earlier this year.
It clearly looks like they've taken a lot of precautions to take care of the people that are here.
The iconic New Year's Eve ball passed its final test Friday afternoon. People planning to come out to see it fall are advised to bundle up. The temperature will hover around the mid-30s. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
And right here at CBS 42, we have got you covered for all of your New Year's Eve plans. You can head to our website, WIAT.com, for more information on events in your area and more on AAA's Tow for Life program. Just search the keywords New Year's Eve in the search bar. New this morning, the risk of drunk drivers increasing on New Year's Eve. One Ohio city is not happy at all after a 911 call about a dangerous drunk driver didn't get passed along to police. People in Garfield Heights are really mad about this incident. They've actually issued complaints about the city's regional dispatch center, but the police chief there says the incident does not mean dispatchers aren't doing their job.
Is probably going through some growing pains. You took 4 cities and put them together. So you now have dispatchers that, you know, they once worked for strictly Garfield Heights. Now they're working for 3 other cities.
The chief does maintain that safety is the city's top priority and that the incident is under investigation. Back here in Alabama, a woman is in trouble with the law after 2 dead horses were found in the backyard of an abandoned home. And along with those horses, an emaciated colt was found there tied to a tree. 35-year-old Stormy Lyons is charged with aggravated cruelty to animals and failure to bury livestock. Tuscaloosa County deputies say one horse had been buried in a shallow grave and the other was dead, just lying there on the ground. The colt appeared to have been tied to the tree for some time. There is some good news in this story, however. The colt you see there was rescued and he's doing pretty well. The colt is being looked after at the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office Animal Stable. Also new this morning, Birmingham police are looking for a person who tried to rob a car wash. Police say the man you see in this image tried to rob the Goo Goo car wash on Crestwood Boulevard. The employee locked himself in the office during the robbery and the suspect ran away with nothing. Police say that suspect did have a box cutter on hand, though, so if you recognize the man you just saw in the image there or have any information that can help police, call them 205-254-1700. Happening this week, Roy Cooper will be sworn in as the next governor of North Carolina. Cooper's transition team says a private ceremony is going to be held shortly after midnight on January 1st. Cooper is expected to be joined there by a small group of family, staff, and the Secretary of State for North Carolina. The public swearing in will be happening on January 7th in downtown Raleigh. New this morning, former North Charleston police officer Michael Slager is facing a retrial in the death of a man during a traffic stop. This new development comes as jurors were unable to come to a unanimous decision. Slager is accused of shooting and killing Walter Scott. The retrial is set for next month. With 2016 coming to a close, Congress will soon be back to work in Washington, D.C. Well, once they get back, they will be pretty busy, and so will Donald Trump. CBS 42's national correspondents have a look at that and who Trump might select for the Supreme Court. This is a story you'll only see here on CBS 42.
I'm Chance Seals with the Supreme Court with Jim Osmond. And Jim, this year, the building behind us, that was front and center for a lot of voters.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when at the end of the day, when you look at the results of the election, 81% of evangelicals voted for Donald Trump, and they stood behind him not because they liked the language that they heard in those Access Hollywood tapes or anything of that ilk, but they did want to make sure that he appointed Supreme Court justices that were conservative and knew that he's likely to get 2 or 3 selections. And Chance, you cover the Supreme Court, and you know that one member here is unlikely to retire in the next couple of years.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's the one. She's one of the older members of the court. She is now in her 80s, and a lot of people have speculated she's going to step down. She's too unhealthy. She's had cancer before. Actually, a few years ago, some Democrats were trying to tell her, Jim, you do need to step down. But she completely refused, and you can bet that in the next 4 years at least, she's going to possibly stay on the bench if she can at all physically.
At the Supreme Court with Chance Seals, I'm Chief National Correspondent Jim Osmond in Washington.
With 2017 just a day away, Mayor William Bell does have some big plans to keep the city of Birmingham moving forward in the new year. He told us here at CBS 42 that he's going to continue with the plans to move the public safety facility to Ensley's Ramsey McCormick building. He also says he wants to make some improvements to public housing.
We plan on moving forward with, in addition to our public housing, with the Loveland Village project that will tear down 1950 structures and put new improved structures in those areas so that those citizens will have decent housing facilities.
Another priority for Mayor Bell in 2017, making improvements to senior living facilities. Your time now, 5:10 in the morning. In 2016 was certainly a year for news, but it wasn't all bad. Coming up, we're taking a look at the stuff that went viral and made the biggest news on the internet. Got any guesses? The full list is coming up after the break.
Good stuff.